show. We're calling it Must-See Monday, Brew.
Yes.
Chiefs move from underdogs to junior varsity dynasty very quickly. Here's Mahomes after the game on the doubters.
I wouldn't necessarily say we were counted out, but I mean there was a lot more critics than there was the previous years I had been here. And I told him at the beginning of the year, I said, as long as Andy Reid's coaching, we're going to have success as an offense, and I trust in the leaders that we have on that defense. And so to go from a team that wasn't, I wouldn't even say majority picked to win the AFC West to win the Super Bowl, that speaks to the guys that we have in that locker room.
Brew, we were a little bit guilty of that, my friend.
Yeah.
You were very high on Russell Wilson, so you...
Well, I don't think most people didn't pick them to win the AFC West.
They were not favorites versus the field for the first time since Mahomes again the starter.
But they were probably the team picked most to win the AFC West. I was high on Russ, but I did think Kansas City would win the AFC West. But I'm going to say this. There were reasons. There were legitimate. Look at Greg looking so mad. There were legitimate reasons that that people questioned him. I'm gonna give you several.
Sure.
Number one, they hadn't won the Super Bowl in 2 years. I'm serious. Hold on. They had not won the Super Bowl in 2 years. People acting like we tripping because we didn't think they would win it again. Number three, they showed some vulnerability, Nick. Last year, you know that was a tough year for you. When they started out losing 4 of their first 7 games.
We're talking about how last year started?
No, hold on. When they lost 4 of their first 7, and then Buffalo goes into their house, and you know what they did, Wild. Even though they lost close, right?
We're talking
and
about
then
last
Cincinnati, hold on. This is going into this year, Nick. But Cincinnati beat them at home in the AFC Championship game. And then finally, you lose a Hall of Fame receiver in Tyreek
they
Hill.
made a choice
So I'm just saying, but they lost him. Yeah. But I'm just saying there were reasons that people, logical, smart football people did not think they would win the Super Bowl.
The thing is, there was not.
Really?
Because now we know. Now we know those
We didn't know then, though. No, we know now. We didn't know then.
Here's the thing, though. But some of us did. Some people did the simple.
You are going to pick them every year.
No, I'm not. But some smart football people said, one team has the clear-cut best quarterback in football and the clear-cut best coach in football, and so we'll probably ride with them. And I'm glad you're not recreating the history, because a lot of the media today, Greg Jennings, is recreating the history, acting like there weren't supposedly reputable people before the season that had Herbert and Allen ahead of Mahomes. There weren't people calling Joe Burrow better than him as recently as 3 weeks ago. There weren't people calling Jalen Hurts better than him as recently as 3 days ago. All of it happened. The Chiefs I was mocked, even though it's a committee exercise, for having the Chiefs atop the tiers. They were considered vulnerable. We had people go on TV and say they were going to finish last in the AFC West. He's right about all of that.
Somebody said that?
I don't want to name names, but sorry, Bart Scott. It's a friend of mine, but it happened. So, the fact of the matter is, Greg, it happened repeatedly. Greg picks it against him in every playoff game this year.
See? You guys feel sorry I didn't pick you and nobody picked you. So what? Nobody's going to pick them every single time.
I mean, we probably should.
Are you kidding me? Yes, we know. Here's my thing. I honestly pick against the Chiefs because of this guy. Because of this guy. The Chiefs are a really good team. But I think there was reason to believe that there were other teams that were going into the season that were favorites.
Forget going into the season. They were underdogs at home in the AFC title game. They were underdogs in a neutral site Super Bowl. That's not the beginning of the season. That's seeing everything.
They had lost to Cincinnati the year before.
Yeah.
And this game, obviously I picked them to win against the Eagles, but still, we saw the game.
But I understand.
It was a great game.
But the point that I think
I'm not going to say it could have went either way, but they were close enough.
And I don't want to listen. Every single person and I love these people, on our Fox pregame show, picked the Eagles. We saw multiple NFL Network shows where they show you the graphic. And it's not like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, it's 50-50. The people think it's a toss-up. Every show but ours was talking about this game from the perspective of, oh, my God, It's such a mismatch in the trenches. It's such this. And instead, the Chiefs had more sacks than the Eagles, because the Eagles had 0. The Chiefs had more rushing yards than the Eagles. The Chiefs were the more physical, bigger, better, stronger team. And you guys said that the Chiefs quarterback didn't even outplay Hurts. So they won.
True. That part is true.
They won because their big people were better.
Yeah.
They won because their big people were better. Sorry, we can go ahead.
It's a quarterback win. I just want to ask you a quick question, because when we did doubt Patrick Mahomes, and we came around eventually, a little Stockholm syndrome, but we did come around.
Yeah.
It felt like the Chiefs really used that.
Oh, yeah.
All the Burrowhead. They like to be disrespected in a weird way, because then it can fire them up. Greg, do you think
we should be giving credit?
Yeah, we should
motivate them.
Well, 100%.
Absolutely.
Greg, do you think that could be a thing, an issue next year, that if everybody thinks that the Chiefs are going to win, that they won't have that "no one believes in us" chip on their shoulder?
I don't think it's an issue when you have your core guys that will always be locked in. And that is Andy Reid.
Yep.
That is Travis Kelce, and that is your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. You have a bunch of young guys that just experienced winning.
Yep.
You are so young, everybody believes that they can do it again.
Right.
So everybody's going to want to lock in and be more of a contributing factor of why
I'm just
they
telling
win.
you.
They already.
But to really quick, because there's to say that they got 2 sacks, statistically,
No, they got 1. They actually only got 1. But it's
statistically, nobody really got a sack.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. Wild Swim was 85 Bears up against. They got 0 sacks.
See, Dusty?
Go ahead. Yeah,
drag through the mud for your graph. 85.
Let's talk Kelce.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, who nobody wanted to guard. Hello, I'm available for at least consulting. 6 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. Mahomes now in the GOAT convo. Andy Reid on the periphery of the GOAT convo, at least modern day. Is Kelce now in the GOAT conversation?
Conversation?
Yeah.
No, we can be very quick here, because I think we all agree. He's the best tight end ever. It's undeniable. Regular season-wise, he has the best numbers of any tight end ever.
But that's
Hold on. So, no. Forget Kellen Winslow. The guy he's compared to is Gronk. Gronk played in the same era. He has the better numbers. And in the postseason, he now has the best postseason numbers of any pass catcher not named Jerry Rice. And in fact, Mahomes to Kelce has created more postseason touchdowns than Montana to Rice. I promise that's true. Go look it up. Yes, he's the best tight end ever. Flatly.
Doesn't Gronk, they played essentially the same amount of games. The regular season, even though Gronk played many more years, 143 games for Gronk, 144 for Kelce.
Don't do it, Chris.
Right. Doesn't Gronk have 92 touchdowns?
Hold on.
And Kelce has 69?
Can I just help you out?
So I'll give Kelce best playoff tight end, but Gronk got far more touchdowns.
Counting by games now instead of seasons?
Please,
when did we ever do that?
Tag me, please.
Go ahead.
Because Gronk got hurt
really quick. Can we put this full screen up? Because
you got it. Okay.
I was doing the same thing you were doing. I was like, man, no, I got Gronk. And look at these numbers. Gronk's numbers when it comes to receiving touchdowns and Super Bowls. Yes. Everything else? Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's including.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you? I literally rescinded my own thought of saying Gronk was the GOAT. To looking at these numbers and then looking at everybody else's numbers, he's played in 144 games, or a little bit more now, but in 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons as a tight end.
And no other tight end has 4 total.
I can't do it. Yeah. I can't fix my mouth to say he's not the best tight end.
And durability matters, Wilds. The guy has missed one game ever with injury.
One game.
With durability,
Gronk is out there blocking for a full game.
Oh, okay.
Well, is it? No, honest to God,
Gronk was a better. There's no
Isn't that
question.
part of it?
The blocking of Gronk.
Gronk would have 1 catch in the game, and
we
would
would
win.
not be talking about either of these tight ends if we measured them by blocking.
I hear you up there.
I will.
Oh my God!
But isn't that part of the?
That is part of a tight end. This isn't like a running back block.
Okay, but
this is a
correct.
tight
But
end.
hold on. Wait a second.
Alignment.
But if you're going to argue that Kelce isn't the guy because of blocking, then you must argue that it has hurt the team. But they have the number 1 offense every year, so he must block well enough. They must be fine.
And put the stats up there where they're blocking.
We have time.
Put those stats up there.
Pancakes.
But you
Put it up.
Greg, this will bring you back. And look,
we gotta go.
I was ready to go to Kelce too, but I'm going to say playoff best tight end. But Gronk's got darn near 30 more touchdowns.
You know what, Dusty?
Same number of games
Back in my good graces.
Same
when
number
they
of
need
games.
blockers, Kelce's out of the game.
We've never
back.
He's not durable.
Why? That's what he
He's
does.
not durable.
Patriots won games with Gronk not having big offensive performances.
You know what?
That's why they have 4
Would have been
Super Bowls.
Okay.
You have 2 Super Bowls.